Okay, hello guys. My name is Jason Moavingsu, and I'm telling my story and my experience of being Asian and the things I've experienced, such as racism and stuff. So, as a Hmong kid growing up in the United States, I've been surrounded by multiple different like cultures and people and religion. But this made me really feel part of the community. The diversity of everything, especially because there's a lot of Hmong people here in Fresno. But once I hit middle school, there was a few like major questions that I kind of like thought to myself internally, and one of them was mainly because my classmate asked me like what kind of Asian I was. So I told him I was Hmong, and they just assumed I was Mongolian from Mongolia. But I told them that no, I'm not Mongolian. They said that where my home country was because they never heard a Hmong person. And when I told them that I was from Laos, they said that I must be Laotian. I can't be I can't be Hmong from Laos. That's not a thing. But then it kind of made me think, okay, well, I knew I was Hmong. My whole family has been Hmong. I've been told I've been Hmong all my life. So if I was Hmong, then there has to be a country that's named after Hmong people. But we don't. And it's such a weird thing that people, like Japanese people, they're from Japan. English people, they're from England. And so it's such a weird, almost, I guess, stereotype. But it's like normalized that everyone has their country and they're called, and they have the country named after them. But there are definitely people out there that don't have a country name after them, and so it's not taught, but it's weird that it's a normalized concept. And along with that weird concept, I was also asked about my religion because they were confused of what the heck Hmong people were. And so basically, I told them about how we believe in spirits and how we basically use animal sacrifices not as a way of like worshiping gods or anything, but we use it to sacrifice the animals, and we use them as guides for the spirit. So when the animal dies, their spirit, obviously, like, we believe in that stuff, so their spirit comes out. And so whenever someone's sick or whenever someone is like deceased or anything, we sacrifice the animal, either a pig or a chicken, and their spirit goes along and either guides the deceased person into the afterlife, or they help the sick person find maybe like other spirits to help them get over their sickness or something. And so most of the it's mainly just sacrificing the animal so their spirit can help the another person's spirit. It's not like we're sacrificing him to like the devil or anything satanic, but the person in my class thought it was. And so as a kid, it's kind of like, well, I grew up around this, so it was normal, but for them, they didn't know like you can obviously sacrifice animals and stuff in a good regard because they're so used to all the cults and everything and human sacrifices, so they thought it was like a cult and thought my religion was very cult like and satanic, and it just kind of like felt weird because I was so used to it being so normal and not really alienated or not like, I guess, attacked for my religion. For so it was weird that as the first for that to happen to me. And because of that, when I started reading and learning about all the stuff in Asian American history, especially with all the discriminations, I felt like I had similar experiences to them as well. And I obviously don't have it as bad as they do. They had it way worse than me, but I still feel the pact of racism. So even though all that happened, I still never let that experience judge how I view others. Because I know everyone has a different life, and not everyone can live the same. My experience of living is different than another person across the street from me. So that's why I always try to treat people kind of based on their personality. It's a very important thing to do in life in general, because it's like asking a question when you don't understand another person's like view on things, or if you don't really understand something, asking a genuine question, not something sarcastic or anything, because with how social media is right now, it's really allowing multiple different types of people to connect. And this also is kind of bad because a lot of people are assuming their opinion is right, And because so many people will now start arguments and everything, that understanding one another has become such a rare concept in our community. And I feel like that itself needs to be really implemented back into the community, because it's really bad going on social media seeing other people believing one thing and another person believing another thing, and two whole separate groups basically going at war, having an entire war in the comment sections about one thing that someone believes because they grew up a certain way, and one thing is someone else believes that they grew up a certain way. So I just feel like that's something that as a people we need to learn,